Warm greetings to everyone. We are going to study chapter number 4 today, Getting to Know Plants. So be ready with your science textbook for class 6. Let's know about chapter number 4, Getting to Know Plants. Aims and objectives: to learn about the different types of plants, to study different parts of a plant, to learn about the structure and functions of roots, stem, leaf and flower. Keywords: climbers, plants that take support to climb up, example money plant, etc. Creepers, plants that creep on ground and cannot stand upright due to weak stem, example watermelon, etc. Fibrous roots, thin fiber-like roots arising from base of stem. Herbs, small plants with green and tender stems. Lamina, broad green part of the leaf. Midrib, prominent line in the middle of leaf. Parallel venation, parallel design of veins on leaf. Petal, bright colored part of flower involved inner to the sepals. Petiole, part of a leaf attached to stem. Parallel venation, parallel design of veins on leaf. Petal, bright colored part of flower in valve inner to the sepals. Petiole, part of leaf attached to stem. Photosynthesis, the process through which green plants make food with the help of sunlight. Pistil, female part of a flower. Now we will talk about classification of plants. On the basis of the thickness of their stems and the place of origin of their branches, plants can broadly be classified into 3 categories: herbs, shrubs and trees. So now let's start the explanation of the chapter. First is herbs. These are the plants that have green and frail stems, that is weak stem. Usually these are small plants with fewer branches. For example, fenugreek. Mint, coriander. Some more herbs are there. You can see many examples are there like oregano, basil, bay, rosemary, mint, parsley, etc. Shrubs. These are the plants with hard but not exactly thick stems. Their branches generally originate from the base of their stems. Example, jasmine, rose, hibiscus, etc. Trees. These are plants which are very tall and have a thick and hard stem. These branches originate from the upper part of the plant, like coconut, banyan tree, mango tree, etc. There are 2 other kinds of plants. They are creepers and climbers. Creepers. These are the plants which have soft, weak and green stems. Hence, they cannot stand straight and instead spread themselves on the ground. For example, pumpkin, bottle gourd, etc. Climbers. These are also the plants with soft and weak stem. Instead of spreading themselves on the ground, they take the support of a nearby object to climb up. For example, grapevine, etc. Parts of plant has been divided into 2 systems: root system, shoot system. In root system, we have roots that come under the soil or below the soil, and shoot system, the part of the plants which are above the soil, like flower, fruit, stem, leaf, branch, node, internode, bud, etc. Stem. Let's talk about stem first. The stem is that part of a plant which bear branches, flowers, leaves, fruits and buds. It grows above the ground. Functions: it is responsible for supplying water and minerals from roots to all parts of the plant. Second, it also helps in transporting food prepared by leaves to different parts of the plant, including roots. Now let's see the activity to show how the stem helps in the conduction of water. First, we will take a glass and fill it 1/3 with the water. We will add few drops of colored ink. It can be red, it can be blue or black ink. Now you cut the base of the stem and put it in the glass having colored water. Now what you will observe? You will observe that the leaves of the plant change its color. This proves that the stem carries water to different parts of the plant, because the color which we get in the leaves is the same color in which we have dipped the stem. The stem helps that colored water to rise up and give that particular color to the leaves. So it shows that stem carries water to different parts of the plant. Stem have narrow tubes inside them through which the water travel upwards. Now we will talk about leaf. Petiole. This is a stalk via which the leaf is joined to the plant. Lamina. This is the expanded part of the green portion of a leaf which is responsible for photosynthesis. This whole green part is known as lamina. This is petiole. Midrib. This is the central prominent thick structure. You can see a thick line going on. We call it midrib. Veins. You can see these lines. These are the veins of the leaf. They transport water and minerals. Now we will talk about leaf venation. Leaf venation is the design made by veins on the leaf surface. There are two major types of leaf venation. First, reticulate venation. It is a type of venation in which the veins form a net-like shape on either side of the midrib. Reticulate venation. It is a type of venation in which the veins form a net-like shape on either side of the midrib. Leaf venation, parallel venation, is said to exist when the veins run parallel to one another.
Demonstration on part of a leaf and types of venation. Hello children, this video has been created with the aim to identify the different parts of a leaf and types of venation. Children, look at the different parts of a leaf. Here I have taken a peepal leaf. The flat green portion of the leaf is called the lamina. This is known as the lamina. And the side portion, this side portion is known as the leaf blade. You can call the leaf blade. It is attached to the stem by a narrow short stalk called the petiole. This is called the petiole. Children, observe a leaf closely. Can you see some lines on the leaf? Can you see some lines on the leaf? Yes. These lines are called the veins. This is known as the veins. Can you see a thick veins in the middle of the leaf? And this is known as the midrib. And children, the arrangement of veins in a leaf is called the leaf venation. Children, I have taken a peepal leaf. So in this leaf plant that have taproot and the veins form a net-like design. You can see on the both side of the leaf. On the both side of the leaf, you can see upper side and lower side also. Reticulate. And this is called the reticulate venation. But children, the veins in plant with fibrous roots are parallel to each other along the length of the leaf. You can see there is no any net-like design, and this is known as the parallel venation. So children, this is the parts of a leaf and types of venation.
Functions of a leaf. First, transpiration. Transpiration is the process by which plants release the excess of amount of water through leaves into the air. It helps in cooling the plants down. Activity, we can observe transpiration. What we will do, we will take a transparent polythene bag, and we will cover some part of leaf from that polythene bag. After a while, we will see tiny droplets of water on the insides of the polythene bag. This proves that the leaves have performed transpiration. We can observe transpiration by enclosing the leafy part of a plant in a closed polythene bag and leaving it in the sun. And you can see the droplets of water on inside of the polythene bag. Functions of a leaf. Now what is the function? The main function of leaf is photosynthesis. Photosynthesis is a process which helps the leaves to prepare the food for the plant with the help of carbon dioxide, water, in the presence of sunlight, and a green pigment called chlorophyll, which is present in leaves. Leaves are known as a food factory of the plants because leaves are the only part of the plant which helps them to prepare the food. The food prepared is stored in various parts of the plant in the form of starch. In order to see if leaves really do perform photosynthesis, let us take a leaf and immerse it in a test tube filled with spirit. Place this test tube in a beaker filled with water, then heat the beaker. After the leaf loses its color, wash it and pour iodine solution over it. We can see that it turns blue-black in color. This shows the presence of starch. Roots. The root is a very important. Now let's talk about the root system. The root is a very important component of the plant system for simple reason that in absence the plant ceases to exist, means it cannot stand properly. All the nutrients and minerals are transferred to the plants with the help of soil only. Roots generally grow under the ground. There are two types of roots. First is taproot. In this type of root, there is a prominent and long root and a bunch of smaller roots which grow from this main root called lateral roots. Plants showing reticulate venation in leaves have taproots like coriander, radish, etc. Fibrous roots. In this type of root system, a group of similar sized roots emerge from the base of the plant. They do not have a main root. Plants showing parallel venation in leaves have fibrous roots. Function of roots. First, they are responsible for absorbing minerals and water from the soil and transferring them to the stem. Second function is to hold the plant firmly in the ground. It is essential to support the upright position of the plant. Roots also perform the function of storing important nutrients. Functions of roots. Roots also perform the function of storing important nutrients and food for growth. There are some roots which are edible. Edible means which can be eaten. Now we will talk about the most beautiful part of the plant, that is flower. Flowers are the colorful seed-bearing parts of a plant which grow at the end of the stem. They are the reproductive part of the plant. Let's talk about the parts of the plant. A flower typically. Now let's talk about the parts of a flower. A flower typically consists of the following parts: stigma, style, ovary, that is pistil, anther and filament stamen. We have petals, we have sepal. Now let's know more about it. You can see the diagram: petal, stigma, style, ovary, filament, anther. Parts of a plant. First we will talk about sepals. They are the green leafy like parts in the outermost circle of a flower. They protect the flower during its bud stage. Some flowers have jointed sepals, while some have separate sepals. Now we will talk about the petals. These are the colorful, together known as corolla, and are present inside the sepals. They attract insects for pollination and protect the reproductive organs of the flower. Some flowers have jointed petals and some others have separate petals. Now we will talk about stamen. It is the male reproductive part. It consists of anther and filament. The anther is a sac-like structure that produces and stores pollen. The filament supports the anther. Now we will talk about the pistil or carpel, that is the female reproductive part. It is comprised of three parts: stigma, style and ovary. Stigma is the topmost part of a carpel. It is sticky and receives pollen during pollination. The style is the long tube which connects the stigma to the ovary. The ovary contains a lot of ovules. So this is the structure of flower. I hope you have understood. Now there is an assignment for you related to chapter Getting to Know Plants. Kindly solve the assignment. Thank you. I hope you have understood chapter number 4. Thanks for watching the video.